Zoe's Swim 22 video diary. Woohoo! Hello, I'm Zoe and I have type 1 diabetes. I've decided to take up the Swim 22 challenge to raise money for Diabetes UK. So in February 2017, I will be swimming 22 miles in my local pool. My diabetes control is pretty poor generally, and even worse when I do exercise. So I've decided to make this video diary, mainly for myself, but you can definitely watch if you fancy a giggle. I'm just going to check my sugar levels before I go swimming. I haven't been swimming for a long time, so it might be pretty bad, but let's give it a go. Yeah. 10.5. That's alright, I can deal with that before swimming. I'm not wearing a pump at the moment, so I took it off an hour ago and I'm going to go swimming for about half an hour, see how it goes, and then I'll test again after. Bye! So, just been swimming for half an hour. I'm cold, I'm pruny, and I swam about 32 lengths, so that's about half a mile. So let's check my sugar levels. 9. Pretty damn good. Pretty good. Let's just hold it there a second. So those of you who have diabetes or know anything about type 1 diabetes, 9.1 isn't great as a standalone number, as the normal blood glucose range is between 4 and 7. But for me, this is great as my levels have stayed stable throughout my swim. Alright, let's crack on. Let's see what happens overnight. I think I'm going to go on temporary about 80%. Yeah. Pause. Wow, look at that face. Anyway, for those of you that know me, I have an insulin pump called Polly. Sadly, Polly's predecessor Penny passed away a few years ago. Anyway, when I say temporary, it just means that I lower my insulin level for a certain amount of time. Hi, so I've just woken up. It's quite late, it's about 9:30. My levels are 5, which is pretty good, but last night after swimming, I went up to 16, which is pretty high, so I had to have a correction. Feel a bit rough. After my first swim, my legs are aching, but my levels are good, so let's see how the day goes. Alright, laters! Catch me again for my next video update, and don't forget, if you want to sponsor me, check out the link in the description. You can also find me on Twitter at TypeWonderful. If you want to give me any advice about exercising with diabetes, please do, as I clearly don't know what I'm doing.